Welcome to the BrainX channel. In this video, we will be finding an unknown angle using trigonometry. In the previous video, we used trigonometry to calculate a missing side in a right-angled triangle. In those questions, we were given an angle and one side length. However, in this video, the situation is reversed. We will be given the lengths of two sides and we will use them to calculate the unknown angle. So let's get started. Example 1, we have to use the following triangle to solve for theta. So again, we are going to use trig ratios to do that. And just like the previous video, I'm going to use SOHCAHTOA to help me with those trig ratios. Let's quickly recap this. SOHCAHTOA is divided into three parts. The first part, SO, is for sine, because the S stands for sine. And then this O is for the opposite side over H, which is the hypotenuse. Then we have CA, which is for cos. The C stands for cos equals, and then A is for the adjacent side over H, which is for the hypotenuse. And then we have TOA. T stands for tan, and then the O is for opposite over adjacent. Now that we've got all our ratios, let's start with the angle under consideration, which is theta. And then let's find those sides. First, we've got this 5 that is on the opposite side. So I can write opposite. And then we also have this 10, that is the hypotenuse. So I can say O over H. Now let's see if we have a ratio that looks like this. And yes, indeed we do. We can use sine. I'm going to write sine, and then let's write the angle, which is theta, equals, and now let's write the ratio. O is 5 over 10. At this point, we have the sine ratio, but the question is asking for the angle. That means we need to get theta on its own. And whenever we are working with equations, we have to do inverse operations to get rid of something or to move something to the other side of the equation. Therefore, I'm going to use inverse sine to do this. Let me show you. You are going to write theta equals sine to the -1, then the bracket. Now it doesn't matter if you keep it in fraction form or if you divide the fraction 5 divided by 10. That will give you 0,5. I will show you both ways works perfectly. Now it is just a matter of punching these values into your calculator. Let me show you. If you have a Casio calculator, have a look. Here is the sine button, but just above that in orange, you will see sine to the -1, and that is what we are looking for over here. Therefore, you are going to press the shift button because that shift button shows you that you are going to work with the orange parts on this calculator. Shift. And then the sine button. See, it shows sine to the -1. And then you press 0,5. And that is equal to 30. That means that theta is equal to 30 degrees. So this theta is equal to 30 degrees. Let me show you what would have happened if you've decided to keep the fraction. So you're going to write theta is equal to sine to the -1 and then 5 over 10. So let's just punch that into the calculator. You will press the shift button, then the sine button. So you'll see sine to the -1, then 5 over 10, and that is equal to 30. So it gives you exactly the same answer. I just quickly want to show you something. This is the same triangle that we used in the previous video. There we knew that the angle was 30 degrees, and we used sine to calculate that the opposite side was 5. So 5. In this example, we started with side lengths 5 and 10 and used inverse sine to work backwards. And this returned us to the original angle of 30 degrees. So sine takes us from the angle to the side ratio, while inverse sine takes us from the side ratio back to the angle. So in example 2, we also have to solve for theta using this triangle. So let's see what we've got. We've got this 12, that is the length of the hypotenuse. And this 7 is the length of the adjacent side. Now I want you to notice something. In all these trig ratios, the hypotenuse is in the denominator. That means that when we find the sides, I'm going to find the other side first and then the hypotenuse after that. Let me show you what I mean. We need to find the angle under consideration, which is this angle theta, and then let's find the first side. So I'm going to look for the known side that is not the hypotenuse, and it is this adjacent side. So I'm going to write adjacent over, and then this side is the other side, which is the hypotenuse. Now I can find the ratio that we need to work with. And looking at all these ratios, I see we are going to work with cosine. So I'm going to write cos and then theta is equal to, and instead of writing a over h, I'm going to substitute. So for a, I'm going to write 7 over, and then instead of h, I'm going to write 12. What we have here is the ratio for cosine, but we need to find the angle, and that means we need to find the inverse of cosine. I'm going to write theta is equal to cos to the negative 1, and then in brackets 7 over 12. And now it's just a matter of punching these values into your calculator. Make sure that you press the shift button so that you can activate this cos to the negative 1. So when you press cos, you will see cos to the negative 1 on your screen. And then 7 divided by 12 is equal to 54,31. I'm going to round it off to 2 decimal places, and this 4 says that the second decimal will stay at 1. Therefore, theta equals 54,31 degrees. Now, sometimes your teacher insists that you write these fractions in decimal form. So for this example, I will show you how to do it. And then for the rest of the examples in this video, we will only use this method. Let's write cos theta is equal to 7 over 12. And then we're going to simplify this to a decimal. I'm going to write cos theta again. And then on my calculator, I'm going to press 7 over 12. And that is equal to, and then I press this SD button. I just want to show you can either do it by pressing 7 over 12, or you can do it by saying 7 divided by 12, and that is equal to, and then you press that SD button as well. Okay, now this answer that you get when you divide your fraction or when you simplify the fraction, this answer you have to write exactly as it is on your paper. You do not round this off as yet. You only round off the final answer. Therefore, we are going to write 0,58 and then these 8 threes. 0,58 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Okay, remember what I said. We have to use this full decimal number when we do the inverse of cosine. So this is what you do on your calculator. You've got this answer, then you press the shift button, and then you press this button where it says store, STO, and then you stored it into the memory. And then I'm going to press the AC button. And now I'm ready to do the inverse. Again, I'm going to press the shift button. I'm going to press cos. It is giving me the inverse, cos to the negative 1. And now what we're going to do is we are going to press shift and STO and equal. Can you see that we get this answer 54,31? We get the exact same answer that we have here. And now that we have the answer, we can round this off. So I'm going to write theta is equal to 54,31 degrees. So just to recap, even if you use the fraction or if you use the decimal, you will get to the same answer, provided that you don't round off this yet, only your final answer. For example 3, we have to solve for x this time using this triangle. So let's see what we've got. We've got this 9 that is known to us, and that forms part of our opposite side. Remember, the hypotenuse is the side that is directly opposite our 90-degree angle. And here, this 6, that is the length of our adjacent side. Now, because the hypotenuse is not known to us, I know that we are not going to use the sine or the cosine ratio. We will be using the tangent ratio. So it will be the opposite side over the adjacent side. Now let's write it. Tan x this time, not tan theta, because the angle that we are looking for is x. So tan x equals, and then instead of O, I'm going to write 9 over 6. So what we have here is the ratio for tan, but we need to find the angle. So I'm going to find the inverse of tan. So we are going to write x equals tan to the negative 1, and then in brackets 9 over 6. And let's punch this into the calculator. We're going to press shift tan. You'll see tan to the negative 1, and then in brackets 9 over 6, and that is equal to 56,34 0.31 because this 9 will round this off to 1. That means x is equal to 56.31 degrees. And that is the final answer. Let's do one more example, but this time I want you to pause the video and try it yourself before we do this together. Okay, let's see what we've got. We've got this x, which is our angle under consideration, so we are going to work from this angle. Then we've got this 13, which is the length of the hypotenuse. Remember, the hypotenuse is the side that is directly across from our 90-degree angle. And this 8 is the length of the opposite side. Now remember, in one of the previous examples, I showed you that the hypotenuse always forms part of the denominator in two of our trig ratios. Therefore, I know that the trig ratio I'm going to use is going to be either the sine or the cosine ratio. But let's have a look. We've got this 8 meter, which is the opposite side, over the hypotenuse. And that means we will be using the sine ratio. So let's write that. Sine, and then the angle, which is x. So I'm going to write sine x equals, now instead of writing O over H, I'm going to substitute with 8 over 13. I'm not going to write the units. It's not necessary because it's not going to form part of my final answer. All we need to do now is to find x, and we do that by finding the inverse of sine. I'm going to write x equals sine to the negative 1 and in brackets 8 over 13. And now we only have to punch these values into the calculator. So on your Casio calculator, you're going to press the shift button and then the sine button, and it will give you sine to the negative 1 on your screen. And then 8 over 13, 8 over 13, and that is equal to 37,9798, etc. But I'm going to write my answer with 2 decimal places. That means that this 9 in the third decimal place will change the 7 to an 8. Therefore, my answer will be 37,98 degrees. X is equal to 37,98 degrees. And that is your final answer.